a webinar on KRA for Demise. The background is of SEBI circular of October 23. It went effective in January 24, and so we have today speakers from CVL, Mr. Santosh Patil, Vice President CVL, Prashant Prajan, Vice President NDML KRA, and Mr. Shekhar TG, Risk and Compliance Officer, CAMS KRA. They are here to kind of get us through the circular that we've anyways have been following, the centralized mechanism for reporting and the demise of investor through the KRA mechanism. So I'll hand it over to the speakers now.
Yes. Yeah. And I would like to thank you to Arjun ji and Shital ji and ANMI. Okay, give it to chance to arrange this webinar. There is a really thankful to arrange this webinar to on behalf of the KRA. And here we can join with their associates in the capital market. Okay, so here we start the webinar. I will display my screen. I think people are seeing my screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
It's visible, sir. Yeah.
So today, thanks, ANMI, and good evening, all member, capital market member, okay, and ANMI also. So here we are joined today for this webinar for whatever that SEBI has given the guidelines for KRA in the past years, and for this year also. Okay, so here we come for two things. One is for Demise KYC, and second is FATCA. Okay, so we go with the sheet. These are the agenda we are presenting today. Introduction of centralization of the mechanism of demise, the centralized mechanism of FATCA, key achievement of KRA in the past 3 years. Okay, and what will be the next and conclusion. First, we have the introduction. That is, SEBI has introduced the KRA in 2011 for capital market for the bringing about the uniformity in the KYC requirement for the security market investor. And these are the regulations required that intermediaries make effect to verify the identity, suitability, and risks involved with the maintaining of business relationship with the customer. Okay. So here we have come with the centralized mechanism of demise. SEBI has given the circular on October 3rd, 2023 about the demise KYC demise mechanism. Why that demise circulars came for because of for reporting and verification in case of the demise of the investor, and obligation of regulated entity that's our interface with the investor account holder for regularized thing of the demise, preempt the creation of unclaimed asset in the security market. Because of that, SEBI has come with the demise regulation. There's a SEBI circular on 3rd October for that report. Sorry. That demise intimation by RE to KRA. Okay, what are the things has to check by entity? Here we are giving the information about that. Okay, There is a joint holder, nominee, legal representative. These are the count as a notifier, and they can share. They has to share the death certificate of the deceased investors and PAN or other OBDs as a POI of notifier with the RE, the reporting entity. Other than that, if anybody is sharing anything, something, so that is not acceptable. Second thing, that recipient RE will validate the document, death certificate received and other supporting document and uploaded the same into the KRA system. Necessary dissemination to all other RE. Log for debit transaction till transaction is effected. Death certificate to be verified online, or they can verify with the original. That way also entity has verified the death certificate. As per the SEBI regulation on receipt of the intimation of the KRA or other RE will communicate a transmission process to the respective stakeholders. Log for debit transaction till transmission is effected. Last point is KRA shall review, update KYC, modification status has disseminated the information to the other KRA. Such cases are all also reported to the MI also. It means we are daily basis, whatever demise reporting we have received from the RE, we are verifying, we are validating within a T+1 day time, and same has to report it to MI also. So based on the MI, daily basis, we are sharing the MI. What is the flow as demise intimation by RE to KRA? That is the demise date certificate number, state of the demise, notified name, notified mobile number, notified address, and notified POA type and number. These are the information we require. What will be the verification done from the KRA? That KRA process that a modification request on T+1 working days, where the T day is uploaded of the image KYC modification request in the KRA system with necessary document for the demise. So what is the verification process followed by the KRA? The document check part is there. Either online verification of death certificate or original CNN verification stamp. It means KRA also verifying the death certificate using the government official website. There we are verifying the death certificate, or if anybody submit the original copy of the death certificate with the verified with original stamp, attestation of the intermediary, there also suffice for the death certificate. Third thing, the information link that SRI map with the KRA record by email or unsolicited feed. It means we are sending the intimation to the entity via email also, okay, and via unsolicited feed also. Every day we are sharing the data to the entity. Entity can extract the data using their login credential provided by the KRA, or they will get the direct email from the KRA also. Further, for anything, once they got the feed or got the mail from the KRA, contacting notifier if necessary, if required. For demise, we are bifurcating in the two parts. Okay, one is prior 2024 demise document and post 23rd. Okay, we wrongly mentioned as 24, but post December 2023. Prior 2020, January 2024, we are asking that only transmission form only and death certificate, because prior 2023, people are asking only the transmission form and death certificate. New document we are not introduced that time. Because of that only, we are accepting only two documents for the transmission. And for post demise KYC, we require the due diligence certificate death certificate, notifier, proof of address. Okay, these are the documents we require. If any document we are not getting in that in the processing of demise KYC, okay, that KYC we are keeping as a hold only. Else, if the all documents are in the place, that KYC will be deactivated as a demise KYC. Here we are giving the link for demise document checklist. Okay, that is one SOP we created here as per the SEBI regulation. People can download that SOP using that URL provided in that link. Here you get all the information about the demise. Okay. Demise stat and verification. KRA that in case of any deficiencies observed modification request in any document or pending to the submitted to the SRI, the status of the KYC modification request will be marked as on hold, and the remark will be suitably provided in the such request display as a discrepancy observed by KRA. It means what key if any entity has shared the data as well as the document as per the KRA requirement, that is good enough for deactivate the KYC. But if anything else, deficiency in the document, we are keeping the KYC as on hold only. In that scenario, SRA will be required to clear such deficiency within T+2 working days, so that KYC modification request is taking up KRA as a reprocessing. Else, on hold cases will be rejected. Here, entity we are giving to the T+2 2 days ka time for clearing the deficiency. Most of the cases we are seeing that somewhere entity has cleared the deficiency and update the requisite document, and based on that, KRA also clear the KYC. That means we are deactivate the KYC because of we got the requisite document. But somewhere entity has not submitted the requisite document. Due to that, subsequently we are making that KYC as a rejected only because it's non-compliant of the document for deactivation as a demise. In the modification request under the demise type, if no document evidencing the demise of KYC holder is uploaded in T+1, then request will be rejected. It means we are just pushing the data. We are not sharing any document in the T+1. Okay, we are doing that request as a rejected. From 2024, Jan 2024 to till 31st March 2025. Okay, we are processing around 90,000 demise cases. Where this is in the two part. I will tell you that prior 2024. Okay, this is a count is 9298, and post April we are processing somewhere around 81,000. So there's a good count, and there's these are the KYC processed by entity, and we are validated that KYC as a demise karke. So that is a stat we are providing to the same. Also here we have to declare that key. We are as per the regulation by SEBI, we are integrated with the DigiLocker also. So whatever data on daily basis we are updating as a validated. Okay, the same data we are sending to the reporting to the DigiLocker also as a demise with the requisite field. Okay, so here we require some data from the entity, but at present some entity is not updating that data. So if they're not updating, we are updating and sharing the data with the UID. These are the main fields we require from here: date of certificate number, date of demise, and the date and the name of the state. These are the important fields required by the DigiLocker. So henceforth, what happened now? If any customer come through DigiLocker for the making the KYC or making the new account with the new entity, so here you can identify the frauduler also. If any frauduler activity is done in that particular KYC and you are coming through DigiLocker mode for KYC, you can easily identify these are the frauduler come for the changes in that demise KYC. So there is a good initiative by SEBI and DigiLocker for taking the common data for the demise, and we are also integrate the system with the DigiLocker for automation. Daily basis, we are updating the data on DigiLocker. Now we come on FATCA. As per the SEBI's SEBI's circulated by circular, okay, on February 2024, has advised that the RFP reporting financial institutes, which are SEBI registered entities, are required to upload the details FATCA and CRS certification obtained from the client on the system KRA of the purpose of centralized maintenance of the data. So here also we have already introduced a system for all entity, for individual also, non-individual also. So that FATCA and CRS certification for individual was implemented from August 2024, and FATCA and CRS certification for non-individual was implemented on April 16 April 2025 to the industry. Here, there is a process of FATCA and CRS update. Here, if any entity has processed the fresh KYC, where they can use my existing system, addition to FATCA field, they can update the FATCA details, selecting the tax residency other than India, Y or no, and they update their details in the KRA system, in the fresh KYC. As well as the modification. SRI will have the first fetch the record, okay, and raise the modification to update the FATCA CRS, selecting the tax assessment of the other than India, Y or no. Question to be taken for SRI while inputting or changing the FATCA or CRS value Y or N. SRI to upload FATCA CRS legacy data to the here we are providing the facility to the all members to update your existing data also, legacy data also. So we are completing the all legacy data, taking the database from the entities and the same as updating my system. So at present, all the records at FATCA comply, as well as the this is no or yes. If yes, they have to provide the details. No is a no with the declaration date we accept. Just a minute. Yeah. What are the details we require in the individual KYC for FATCA? This is a country of residence, tax exempt flag, tax identification number, and if applicable. Okay. In case of non-individual, country of residence we require, TIN type, and under the TIN type, these are the TIN criteria there: CIN number, GIN number, TIN number, TNEQ, and TNA. These are the header under that TIN number as came. And tax exempt flag also required if is there. Tax identification number if applicable. These are the details we require under the FATCA. FATCA details in KRA, individual document. Tax residence other than India, Y or no. In case of individual, at present we are not asking for any document, but subsequently we come with we're thinking about that, but not now. But at present we are not asking any document for in the individual KYC. In case of non-individual, okay, if any tax residence other than India, Y document is required. So you has to share the document in case of non-individual. tax residency other than India, and there's no document required because here there's no details, so there's no document required for the non-individual other than India. Key achievement of KRA in FY 24-25. We are first implementing implementation of demise reporting to RE. Integration with the DigiLocker for demise reporting, that is a big thing. And acceptance of Sershai form in KRA. It means earlier is what happened, there's a multiple form formalities came for KYC. So as per the SEBI regulation, we are giving the common application to the industry. You come with that the common application only. Their content of the KRA is available. We are adding some CKYC also, but all the content we got all content in that particular KRA. And validation portal we are introducing by all KRA, where investor can investor and facilitating conversion from register to validated. Here, investor can easily convert their register status to the validated status via two-way. One is if any KYC has a registered mode and with the Aadhaar proof, they can easily go with easily convert that status to the validated validating Aadhaar number. Aadhaar copy. Second, deactivation of legal entity stuck off by MC and allegation status of legal entity in the KRA. That MC and updating status. Every non-individual KYC is a corporate KYC only. I'm not talking about the partnership firm or HCF. Only corporate. Okay, which entity has registered with the MCA. That all the cases we are verifying the SIN number with the MCA side. If the SIN number is validated on the portal, then only that KYC will be verified. Else, we are keeping the hold under the stuck off or any any allegation reasons, liquidity or something like that. So we are keeping the hold and reported same will be reported to the entity also. With the investor also, we are sending the SMS also. FATCA reporting for individual and non-individual for within the across KRA. We are already introduced that. Delinking of KYC record by RE. Here, I will tell you about the delinking. At present, whatever account closed by your end, okay, but still KYC also in your name. You are the owner of that KYC. It means if any query has came, we have come to you only for the resolution. So what SEBI is saying that wherever that account has closed, entity has to delink of the KYC record in the KRA. So on daily basis, we are closing some 2,000 account, 1,000 account, 500 account, whatever. You have to delinking that PANs from the KRA for whatever you are receiving the date. Is what next? At present, we are working on UBO declaration for all non-individual client. SRI are required to collect UBO declaration and upload the same to the KRA system for the maintenance and use a part of the KYC records. Second part is balance sheet. SRI required to upload a copy of the audited balance sheet latest financial year for the non-individual. It means that is a earlier norms only, but now SEBI is strict on that. Every year entity has to upload the balance sheet for last year on the KRA system for every year before 31st December every year. Shareholding pattern. The shareholding pattern, including list of all those holding control, either directly or indirectly, in the company in terms of SEBI takeover regulation, is duly certified by the company secretary, full-time director, MD. For non-individual KYC, records are required to be submitted every year. So here also, shareholding pattern you have to upload every year before 31st December. Here I said that the KRA play a critical role in the maintaining a centralized repository of KYC records, simplifying onboarding, improving compliance, and reducing duplication of KYC efforts. And here we thank to all entity also. Their entity also supported to KRA very well, and uh, they are also support to KRA for making the KYC easiest, and whatever circular we are sending to the entities, okay, they are very much comply, and they are on place. So thanks a lot to everyone waiting, listening me. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can we take up the questions, please? So, yeah. So, there is a question from one of the SEBI registered intermediaries. In case of demise reporting, we need to delink the PAN. Need to be delink or not? Mandatory or not? As we are deactivate the PAN. Now here there are 2-3 questions mixed in this. First is like the regulated entity has submitted a demise reporting request, and that PAN or rather the KYC record has got deactivated in the KRA system. So this is something wherein the deactivation has happened. Now, let me answer it the second part, that whether a delinking request has to be also submitted. So the answer is yes, because the PAN holder you are servicing by way of either mutual fund subscription or a trading account or a demat account, and now the PAN holder is no more alive, and you yourself have verified that the PAN holder has died. So it is definite that that particular KYC record has to be also delinked from you, for the simple reason that in future definitely there will be no updates, because that PAN is already deactivated due to demise. And second is, any feed won't be coming from KRA, so it is advisable that a regulated entity has to also delink the PAN who has submitted the demise request. So that was the first question. I think I will take a couple of more, Santosh and Sekharji, and then I hand it over to you. Will that be fine? Because third one is specifically for NDML.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So second question is, do we have centralized TIN validation? By the way, let me introduce. I am Prashant Prachand from NDML KRA. So then subsequently I will hand over to Sekharji and Santosh for taking up the next questions which have been raised by you. So second question is, do we have centralized TIN validation logic with KRA and API to access that validation? Now let me tell you that this TIN number has different structures and different formats and alphanumeric formats across different countries. So there are different countries which have different structures and formats. So this TIN for India is PAN. Okay, so for PAN, definitely every record in KRA is identified by a PAN, and there are certain exempted categories, we keep them aside. But a PAN is a TIN for India. Okay, so tax identification number for India is PAN. So here we are validating as a KRA all PANs. Now the question comes of the TIN issued by different countries. Now let me tell you that this data what you are uploading to a KRA is presently not validated, because that may come up in future when SEBI and Income Tax Department they together decide on it. So definitely we are geared up for it, but presently we are not validating that TIN which is issued outside India. But let me tell you that you should be very careful in uploading the TIN to the KRA system, because tomorrow this data will be required either by ministry or the income tax department to be shared onwards, and that time they will be checking the tin, its validity, its structure, its format, and if at all they see that the tin is invalid or probably there is some mistake at your end, so you should not land up in trouble. So you should be uploading the tin correctly. There is a third question which is for NDML. Why no form is created on portal to input FATCA CRS data of client where applicable? Currently, only file upload facility is provided. Now, this I will handle in two parts. First is like on the screen, the FATCA detail applicability or something is already there on the screen. However, if the FATCA applicability is yes, that means if you are going to upload the FATCA details, so that has to be uploaded as a separate file. Maybe for you can upload it for a single record or for a bulk record. However, the FATCA applicability is something which is available on the screen, wherein you can select whether it is applicable yes, or if it is not applicable no. Sekharji, over to you for the fourth question.
The next question reads as multiple emails from different registries for Demise KRA. I hope it is attempting to mean different SRIs, that is SEBI registered entities, or the registries which is maintaining the demise data. If it is a reference to the registries, yes, there will be different registries that will be available. However, we are not going to bring data from individual registries. It is going to be clubbed together, and we are working on along with DigiLocker for the purpose of connecting to central registry. So central registry will be providing the demise data in a centralized manner only. And with respect to SRIs also, the first SRI, whenever the death information is received to the concerned KRA will be deactivating the PAN, and unsolicited feeds and inquiry information will be available for SRIs to know about the demise of that particular PAN holder. The next question is on demise details not received any KRA entity portal. KRA entities are showing the demise information in the inquiry, as well as unsolicited feeds are submitted from KRA to SRIs who are related or linked with that particular PAN. So I hope this suffices the requirement of SRIs, and maybe we may need to understand whether anything else is being provided in this. The next question is on KYC registered status can allow to trade. Yes, KYC registered status will allow trading of the linked entities, the entities SRIs through which PAN is already linked will be allowed to continue their business. All transactions will be allowed for KYC registered. However, a new entity cannot transact with that customer, and if they have to transact, they have to do a review of the KYC, check whether any modification is there, submit a modification, and then associate themselves as a linked entity for that PAN, so that it is possible for them to transact. Because KYC registered status is considered as a status where KYC of the KYC records of the PAN is not portable. So portability will come when the registered status move to validated status only, and registered status is not considered for ready for portability for a new institution to create a relationship for that PAN. However, existing relationships of the PAN, those linked entities will be in a position to do the transactions without any restrictions.
Yeah, one more point I want to add to Sekharji's answer, that for the investors who are categorized as non-resident Indians, so basically KYC registered status is good enough for them to trade with any of the brokers till 30th April 2026. So till 30th April 2026, all NRI clients can trade, can open accounts freely with any of the brokers, can subscribe to any mutual funds, though their status is not validated. So that is the add-on to it.
Correct. One addition is there, so Prashantji. Non-individual also, they can keep to the register. That is not an issue.
Correct, correct. Anyway, they non-individual definitely they cannot be validated.
Yeah.
So yeah, Santosh, you can take up the seventh question onwards.
Okay. Question number 7 is FATCA related. What validation will KRA perform on the uploaded FATCA CRS data for non-individual, and will there be rejection if certain fields are missing or incorrect? KRA will verify and match the details entered by the intermediary in the civil KRA system with the details available on FATCA and CRS form as declared by the client. In case of any mismatch observed in the data, then the case will be put it on the hold. Here we are not validator. We are verifying the data, whatever metadata you push with the provided document, because we don't have any official web data for validating such data. So just verifying the data with the document. So I think that's a suffice answer for you. Point number 8. Question number 8 is there a centralized format of API spec shares by KRA to standardize this across intermediary? At present, file format is common for among the KRA. There is no differ, because if any entity who has registered with only one KRA, like civil KRA, and if they want to fetch any data from the other KRA, they can fetch in the same format. They will get the data in the same format. Or anybody wants to make the modification in the other KRA, they can use only single format only. It's not a multiple format is there.
Santosh, I think 8th question, it may be linked to 7. See, for validation, any specifications are there by KRA for that FATCA CRS. So as you rightly answered that there is no validation what we can do. Whatever data they upload and whatever document they provide, we only match that. So for TIN validation or probably any other validation with respect to FATCA applicability or CRS, we have not issued any API specifications. Basically, that you need to check with the TIN issuing country whether the TIN is correct, whether really the exemption reason is correct. But whatever the client provides, so that FATCA CRS details, I don't know whether they get still validated at SRI end also, or they take it on as is basis what the client declares, because it's a declaration. So declaration, I don't know what validation or verification even the intermediaries do, and KRAs have not issued any specifications, right?
Because KRA only verify the data and document.
Correct.
We are not validated.
No, but we cannot check if really he is exempted or not, really he doesn't have TIN. That we cannot check.
Yes.
Correct.
We just verify the data and document. Point number 8 also we are clear. Point number 9, for entities with the multiple controlling person, it is necessary to upload separate FATCA CRS form for individual, or a consolidated declaration is acceptable. Here, consolidated declaration will be acceptable. There's no issue. We take the point number. Yeah, point number 10 is demise reporting is not able to be uploaded through a civil KRA. Interoperability for other intermediaries. Here we say that in process, demise uploading is available for in KRA, civil KRA, but not in IOP. So we will soon come for this option. So you will get that soon. So all KRA, yeah. So Prashantji, this is correct now? Prashant ji.
API based modification for demise, basically, it is possible. However, in that demise, we have said that there is a tag of any other information wherein they can provide the data. So basically, in CVL also it is possible as on date because
In the API, front end is available. Okay.
correct.
At present,
No,
screen
in
based.
API only I am saying. In
Yeah.
API
Screen based
also.
modification, they can do
Yes.
that. Only for API,
Yes.
they are struggling that option is not available through the API. So we'll come soon with the API also.
Right, that is okay, but in the API may be there is a tag of any other info, so they can pass that demise thing and they can upload a only modification request, and then we'll check, because see, if they upload and if they send a modification from you, that should be fine.
Okay.
So I think NDML का नाम नहीं है उसमें, so CVL to NDML is very much possible. Other three KRAs they have mentioned CAMS, Karvy and .x. उसमें नहीं है. So that is the question says.
We'll check that. We'll come back to you.
You can take this Santosh second.
Yeah.
It is also ये अपना CVL का.
We noted that point.
Yeah. Second. Sometimes when we modify the entry.
आप लेंगे सर प्रशांत जी?
नहीं, second question is related to CVL, इसलिए you can take. See, the question says sometimes when we modify the entry in the old registered records which are available in CVL KRA, those entries are not saved. Received error is correspondence address is proof Aadhaar is not same as existing KYC correspondence address proof Aadhaar. I think this will be Santosh case specific. So I think the SRI can write to you. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. This is not a general thing. It is for old record. Do you want to answer that? So you can
I give the answer. Changes are already in place. Okay. Now there is no need to put the missing details in the case of existing client demise request. So ये handle हो चुका है. Okay. So people can try that KYC.
That's great. So the SRI can always try it. Correct.
Yeah.
Sekhar ji, you can take that sub question 3.
12 number Shekhar ji.
नहीं 10. हाँ, मतलब 12 is like second
There
part.
are,
हाँ.
Yeah, the next point that was mentioned is this is with respect to e-sign related rejections that are
Mismatch.
happening.
Yeah.
So there are instances of signature not tally and e-sign mismatch in CAMS KRA, which records are modified through CVL KRA interoperability option. So some customers had faced this issue, and we had reviewed individual issues whenever it is pointed out, and if there was any system related issue notified, that was corrected too. But to our knowledge, the current requests that are failing are actual e-sign mismatch requests and not any incorrect rejections. But yes, since teams had faced, customers had faced this problem in the past, we are having a close watch on this, and we are reviewing the reasons. If it is controllable reasons and a modification of any logic is required, we are attempting to. But if the sign itself is done by someone else, or the e-sign is technically not being eligible for validation systematically, these are the cases which need to be rejected. SRIs need to review and understand how the signature is happening, and they may have to look at their end also as to what is to be done. So you can write to either service or to the compliance officer for further review if there is any specific issues are being faced by any customer by any SRI. Next one again.
Santosh, I think it is CVL KRA. Yeah, let him take it.
XML files are not being uploaded for other intermediaries. Modify record via the CVL KRA interoperative option. As per the present process, we had that option. Okay, we are providing two type of option to the entity. One is API based option, and second is SFTP based option. And wherever intermediary is making the modification using the IOP, okay, once we got the image as well as the XML as well as the data, on the fly we are sharing the data, XML and image. The three files we are sending immediately to the other KRA. So that system in place, if anybody has the issue, okay, you just take down my email ID and you pass it that PAN or some samples to us, so we can definitely see we can do that something. So Shital ji, if you share my email ID or my email ID to that
With
person.
the members. Sure,
Hmm?
I'll do that, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Sir, question 14 for you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Question 15th. Question 15th I will take. Sometimes errors are received in NDML KRA for HUF PAN KRA entries. Karta details not present, but it is already available. So at times what happens, we have seen that that's a bug wherein the Karta details get wiped out. And then for HUF kind of a non-individual KYC entry, you are required to do the entry again of the Karta, which we are under fixing, and we will be fixing that. So that entries for some records is getting wiped out, that is for sure. And this is well taken, and NDML is going to fix that for HUF kind of a KYC record. So I think, Shital ji, we are done with the questions, 15 questions. If any questions are there, then you can just...
So the
if
questions,
any-
the questions which we have received via YouTube chat box,
Correct,
almost
correct.
all are covered.
All are
In
covered.
Yeah,
Any
all are
question you
covered.
find which
So there
is
are two, three
different?
questions
Yeah,
which
please.
I want to put up. One is UBO. Declaration is
Okay.
required for all types of non-individual accounts.
See, basically, ultimate beneficial owner is something wherein it is applicable for all non-individual. It is applicable. But then the point is, when there is no UBO for, see, it depends on the shareholders also. So whenever there is a shareholder which has a UBO, so basically UBO is applicable to all, because as per PMLA जो है UBO is applicable to all. However, if that applicability will not relate to the all non-individuals, it will relate to what kind of shareholders that non-individual has. It's
Correct.
as simple. So basically, if they have a shareholder wherein there exists a UBO, then they have to declare. Otherwise, then it doesn't make sense that when we talk of only applicability, Sheetal, then the applicability is for all non-individuals. And only the government bodies, it is not applicable. So definitely, I need not mention that. Every SRI is aware about it, that the government bodies which are there in this country, so there is no UBO applicable for them, though they are non-individuals.
Okay.
That other type of non-individuals, it is applicable. Now, when we talk of a partnership firm, okay, now partnership firm having a UBO is something which is non-existent, right? You have the partners who are there. Now, that partner may be a corporate. Then what do you do? And that corporate has a UBO,
Correct.
right? So that's why the applicability is same. I think Sekharji and Santosh, you want to add to this answer?
Yeah, adding one point. If anybody doesn't identify the UBO, okay, so senior management details they can provide that.
It's true, but UBO applicability per se is for non-individuals, right, Santosh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sekharji, you want to add?
No, it is correct only. Yeah, there is no addition.
Yeah, go ahead, Sheetal, for the
So,
next
was
question,
any
please.
circular issued for the yearly updating of non-individual KRA data?
See, there was a circular issued by all KRAs with respect to updation of UBO shareholding pattern and balance sheet, latest, which was issued by all KRAs. Now, the facility for the same is being developed, is being discussed, deliberated already, and it is underway and it is being developed. So, before that, all KRAs will also issue a circular which will provide the details of how operationally that thing has to be updated with every KRA. Now, I will just go one step ahead, Sheetal, if you permit. So, many people have questions that whether any penal action will be taken on those records who don't update and all. See, these questions are normal when we discuss with SRIs. So, basically, as of now, SEBI has not decided or issued any guidelines with respect to any penal action taken on the non-individual KYC record if they do not update. Okay,
Yes.
but then it is always advisable that whatever non-individual clients you have, you need to upload the latest balance sheet, shareholding pattern, and the UBO details in KRA system, which will be operationalized soon. And for that operationalization, we will issue a separate circular, right, Santosh?
Yes,
Santosh
yes.
and Shekhar ji.
Yeah, yeah.
So they will get a process kind of, and it will be uniform across all KRAs. सारे KRAs एक ही circular का content होगा, and then that will be operationalized soon. But then that circular, what Shital, the question refers that whether there was any circular issued for periodic
Circular.
update. The answer is yes. The answer
Okay.
is yes. Yeah, that we have issued.
Just to
Okay.
add what Prashant said now. So as of now, any additional document that need to be submitted can be submitted through a KYC modification. But as Prashant explained clearly, we are working on a separate process for simplified submission of additional documents like annual report. That will be communicated as and when it is ready and tested.
Okay.
Correct. Yes. So Sheetal, actually for the members, they should note that nothing stops them today also from uploading a shareholding
Uploading the
pattern,
shareholding.
balance sheet or a UBO as on 31/3/25. See, the deadline by MCA is 30th September 25. Okay?
30th
But then some
September.
people may be ready. Okay,
Correct.
so if they want to do it and they do not have the simplified facility as what Sekharji mentioned, they can always upload a modification and keep the data as is and upload these documents along with the KYC form and the POI and POA, whatever is there, whatever is the process, and they update the latest documents and upload it. So we get the latest ones.
Correct.
Yeah, system
Yes.
is allowing that
Yes.
facility.
Okay.
Any further questions which are not
Uh,
related to these 17?
yes, sir. As it is T+2 for KRA validation, but DOTEX KRA does not process within T+2. Due to that, client are unable to trade or do any transaction. Please guide us for the same.
One thing I will tell. This I will divide in two parts. One is
Hmm.
T+2, another is client is not able to trade. Now these
Hmm.
two things are not related. Let me tell you, when you refer what Arjunji mentioned, Arjunji, Chairman ANMI
Hmm. Hmm.
WRC mentioned that he referred a circular which was issued by SEBI in October 2023.
Correct.
Okay, so it says that any KYC once gets completed with a member, he has
Hmm.
to upload to KRA in
Correct.
3 days. Okay, that they have provided. And after that, KRA, they have provided 2 days to verify it. That
Correct.
doesn't mean that till 5 days, the client is not able to trade. What they have said, do not inconvenience the investor. You can start his trading. Okay, and you can upload the UCC also to the stock exchange. Stock exchange will definitely approve it. So the point is that trading can commence. So if that broker has done if that broker or the member has done an internal control that unless the KYC is validated or verified by KRA, I will not push the UCC. That is something which they have done in their system.
Hmm.
Point is, SEBI has said you need not wait for KRA processing. You can immediately upload the KYC record to KRA, let it be under process, and then second point is that the trading can commence. Now, the second part why NSE KRA is taking time, unfortunately, we do not have anybody in this forum from NSE KRA, but definitely you can provide the email ID of NSE KRA with the case, whatever they have, they can write to them. So the broker need not wait for the KRA to verify. SEBI has permitted them to trade without the KYC being verified by KRA. So that is their internal control, what they must have decided or devised. It doesn't stop them. So any KRA taking more than 2 days, any KRA processing it in 2 hours doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Actually, point is the KYC record should be uploaded to the KRA is what matters. So
Matters.
you
Correct.
upload and you just immediately upload the UCC to the stock exchange, and stock exchange will approve it and you can just start trading. There
Correct.
is no SEBI has permitted it in the master circular. It clearly states that.
Correct. So now, sir, we will take just one last question. How to determine the death case reported to KRA are genuine?
Oh, that is a question wherein I will tell you that maybe a SRI has uploaded a demise request to us. Okay, Santosh just mentioned that in the presentation that what are the checks SRIs have to do and what are the checks we do, and it is clearly coming out in the SEBI circular issued in December 23. Okay, now these checks are done, and if at all, see what process the member has to do whenever they get an intimation from KRA after demise is something is also mentioned clearly in the circular. So the point is, SEBI has stated that any demise request coming in, first thing the member has to do is, or rather the DP has to do is inform the nominee or inform the joint holder that there is a date reporting done of this PAN holder, and he has to stop or suspend the demat account for debit. In case of UCC, definitely there is nothing called suspension because they may have some funds of a settlement, probably the current settlement what is being done. But apart from that, the brokers do not have anything. But definitely the depository participants hold a demat account which has assets, and then they have to immediately suspend for the demat account for debits. So this is very clear in the SEBI circular. So you are right that if you have a question on the death or demise, definitely when you write to the joint holder and the nominee, they will come to you whether that person has died or not, or whether the person is alive. And that creates a big question on the whole system, wherein the SRI who has reported the demise and the KRA who has deactivated the PAN due to demise. So basically, after all these checks, we haven't come across any case wherein somebody has said, oh, this is it can be a error of deactivation, but due to demise somebody is deactivated and that person was alive. There are cases which were initial, but now there are no cases. So frankly, they should follow the SEBI guidelines in the circular, whatever is mentioned by SEBI. SEBI has said you just suspend the account for debit, or SEBI has said that you intimate the nominee or the legal heir or the joint holder. That is something they follow and they keep quiet. Unless they receive the transmission, they are not going to transmit the shares from the demat account. So that is something which is sufficient enough.
Correct. Correct.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, they are not at loss because see, if that accounts get suspended and if there is a set, even that UCC will get suspended definitely because they have got the demise request. And daily, I am telling you from all KRAs, all the details of PANs which get deactivated for a demise on a daily basis, all 5 KRAs report to both depositories and 5 stock exchanges. This is for information of all members. So on a daily basis,
Also, we are reported to DigiLocker also.
correct. No, DigiLocker is one thing which may not be directly related to
नहीं,
security
ठीक है.
market, but Santosh has a point that
Hmm.
DigiLocker is more universal. He has a
Hmm.
point. But then at least when we talk of all exchanges, all 5 stock exchanges, as well as both depositories, on a daily basis by 3:30 or 4 p.m. after the market hours, we are reporting. So basically what happens, that day's settlement will run through or that day's trade will run through, and after that, whatever action exchange is taking, definitely all brokers come to know that this UCC is deactivated or this UCC is suspended because of demise. And over and above this, Shital, even for the
Yes, sir.
members,
Hmm.
every member who is mapped to that KYC, we send a communication to them that this PAN is deactivated.
Correct.
So over and above that, so all 5 stock exchanges, both depositories, and all brokers and depository participants which are mapped to that PAN, they all receive this, intimation of death. So
Correct.
this is, I think, and they have to just follow whatever role has been assigned to them by SEBI. One is like suspension of the demat account, and second is most important is intimating the nominee and the joint holder. That is very important. The intimate was this holder has died, has demise. We have got that information from KRA. Now please follow this transmission process, and they have to provide the process. That's it.
Correct.
So actually, this question must have come up, Shital, because somebody may say if the date is wrong and if I suspect, then what happens if he claims some loss and all? So definitely there is no downside because they have official communication. They have from the exchange also the UCC gets logged, so they need not worry on that.
Correct.
Sekharji, you want to add up with respect to mutual fund folios? What normally is done with respect to demise by mutual funds, so that that will be more clarity to the members.
Mutual funds also, they once the transmission request or demise information is received, they communicate to KRAs and initiate transmission activities at their end.
Perfect. Perfect. So to the nominee or the giant holder, they also intimate. Correct.
Correct.
Yes. Yes.
So, Shital, thank you for the questions. And one thing I'd like to highlight before we conclude today's session, I'd like to acknowledge the remarkable participation that we've had today. We've had more than 325 professionals joining us today for a very comprehensive discussion.
325 live viewers.
That's
Yeah,
great.
so
That's great.
so
That's all success
that's a
attributed to
benchmark.
ANMI.
So it just shows that the discussion of centralized mechanism of reporting of investor demise, it shows how relevant and significant it is to the compliance in the industry today. The substantial turnover simply reflects a collective focus that our audits and compliances place on this, because it's something that's been highlighted in our recent inspections also. So thank you so much. And Shital, over to you for the vote of thanks.
So on
Thanks.
behalf of ANMI, I would like to extend my gratitude to all the esteemed speakers, Santosh ji, Shekhar ji, Prashant ji, Patricia ji from KRAs, who took time out of their busy schedule to be a part of today's webinar. Your valuable insights and expertise have truly made this session insightful and enriching. I sincerely hope that all the members have gained clear and meaningful understanding of the subject discussed today. Your active participation and engagement have greatly contributed to today's success of the webinar. I would also like to thank our chairman Arjun Shah sir for gracing us today with his warm and encouraging welcome speech. Lastly, I want to express my sincere appreciation to all the members for joining us today. Your presence and participations are what make this webinars meaningful and impactful. Thank you once again to everyone who made this webinar successful. Looking forward for more such fruitful sessions in the future. Thank you, sirs.
Thanks a lot. Thanks,
Thank you,
Arjun ji,
members.
Thank
and
you to
thanks,
ANMI
Shekhar
and the
ji.
members. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
That's it.
Same to you, sir.
Session.